Hey, this is Charlie. I am recording today about love and romance and relationships, which is, you know, I think a question and a topic that comes up a lot in trying to understand the lives of queer people and especially of transsexual and transgendered people. So I get a lot of questions about it. And I don't know, I live and exist in worlds where I don't really have a problem meeting people for sure. I think that my transsexuality has certainly affected and played a role in my romantic relationships, probably for my entire life. But let's just look at the one since I've identified that I had these gender issues going on. I'd say there are three more serious relationships, two of them about a year and one of them close to 2 years, where I started identifying this stuff. But I was partnered with people who were folk that were attracted to gender nonconforming or androgynous people and consider themselves to be interested in men and women and the in-between. Probably all of them were mostly interested in the in-between. So all of them were aware of the issues of transgenderism and had friends and knew people that were had physically transitioned. So while there were certain apprehensions and fears, all of them had an idea. It wasn't this like totally foreign thing. And I think on some level, they all could support me. And the more I understood about myself, the more I was able to open up and share with my partners. So as they continued on, especially to my last partner, they were able to really support me without making it their own thing and able to verbalize their fears around it. But I think knew that what they were in for. I mean, especially the last two, I told them right away when we started dating. So they knew what they were in for from the start, right? But, those relationships ended not really because of issues of transgenderism, actually. I think that they just didn't work out for whatever reason. Sometimes I think that as transgendered people, we have to advocate for ourselves emotionally so much. Me personally, like I have struggled to take care of myself at times emotionally in my life. I mean, I look at my adolescence and early 20s, and I really struggled with eating disorders and just didn't take care of my body, and obviously was not taking care of my spirit or my emotional well-being, and that is something I really, really value right now. It's like absolutely the first priority. And so I would rather live my life as an emotionally and spiritually and physically whole person and not be romantically coupled with somebody else. It's far more important to me. I think that we do live in a society that like places a lot of value on romance, but and of course, like I think it's a totally natural inclination to want to have a partner and to share my life with somebody, but I also don't wake up every day being like, oh, I hope that's going to happen, because I'm not going to stay in a relationship because I'm afraid that I can't do any better, or I'm not going to get in a relationship with somebody who's not totally compatible for me because I'm afraid that I won't meet somebody else. So it's not like I'm totally closed off. I'm always got my options open, but I don't wake up every day wishing that I was going to meet the one, And I think that's something that's, it's been harder for me in the past, but now it's something I've really reconciled. Like my life feels very whole and very complete. And, even right now this year, I've made this commitment to not having any serious relationships. Like I date a little bit, certainly, but I can't be and don't want to be in a serious relationship. Like I have to deal with coming out to my family and with physical transition stuff, and it's stuff I feel like I need to be really focused on me, and not focused on working at a relationship. It wouldn't be fair to me, and it wouldn't be fair to the relationship for me to do that. And ultimately, I think that perhaps that's why my last relationship ended. I think that I needed to do this stuff. I needed to take care of this stuff, and I needed to do it on my own. So, which was hard. It was definitely hard. But the way I look at it is that I'm pretty outgoing. So I meet people and, but I also think that's why I don't think that a nuclear family will ever be my reality. Ever what I want, ever what I will believe will take care, nurture me emotionally. And I think that you see that in sort of sexual minorities, gender minorities, other minorities, is that we're far more dependent on communities. Because we depend on each other emotionally. We experience quite a bit of alienation in our society. And I mean, I live in Massachusetts, which is, a pretty open society, and still experience a fair amount of alienation, whether it's sort of this internalized stuff that I'm just believing that I'm alienated, or the reality that I'm somebody who's different, and somebody who's going to even look even more different. And therefore, that's why it's really important that I set up really, really strong support structures. But ultimately, I think that, I probably will meet somebody, or I'll meet more people. I don't know if I'll be somebody who's with somebody for 50 years, or if I have numerous partners in my lifetime, or if I spend large periods of time on my own. I think ultimately it's about being emotionally whole and being full as a person on my own, without being closed off to a partnership and to working at a partnership. So I feel pretty optimistic about it all. I kind of get, the question is sort of irritating at times sometimes, because I'm sort of why do we place so much emphasis on this? It makes me feel really defensive, I guess, because I don't want to keep explaining myself, because yeah, we all want to fall in love. We all want love in our lives, but I don't know. I'm okay. It's not, I don't wake up being nobody's ever going to love me, because plenty of people have loved me, plenty of people are going to love me. So I guess that's what I have to say about it. I don't know.